Okay, shalom, shalom. Kwam Yasha'Allah, Koholoyimla, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rechah HaKadosh, double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone, who rule well, that by the Spirit taught us his beautiful truth. Just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Akwaf that's out here sincerely, keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai to the best of their ability. This is H.I.M Nawah, just coming at you with another quick lesson. And we have dietary laws. And this is back to the basics video. The elders been going in, brothers been going in on back to the basics of the scriptures, the milk of the scriptures, to teach a lot of the newcomers that's coming in as to what they can and can't do. And when it comes to seafood, rather, or what you can eat out of the rivers and waters or whatever, it's only supposed to be fish with fins and scales. Not supposed to be eating turtle, shrimp, crab, lobster, octopus, a lot of this shit they put in these gumbos and all this different stuff, and you have Christians that'll say, well, the Lord made everything clean, you can eat, whatever you want, but you have to get the understanding of the scriptures, because the Lord is not a liar, and he's not going back on his word. He's not a hypocrite, so to speak, so he gave us direct dietary laws to go with, and that's it. If you go against it, then you're going against him, in which that results in really bad health or even death in a lot of cases. That's why a lot of our people are, really sickly, especially the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, so to speak, but we have really bad diets in the Americas and these places that we've been scattered to, and mainly because of the curses that we're under. And it's because our people just won't listen. They don't want to listen. Everybody got their own opinion. I done a little short yesterday of this lady. She was standing before Sakari. I'm not sure what Sakari city what city it was, but she was just like, she wasn't giving up that bacon. She said that the Lord created bacon for her basically to be happy. Roughly paraphrasing what she was saying. That makes her the happiest in her life. She was overweight, she was obese, breathing hard. She was like 300 pounds, 350 easy. She looked like she couldn't have been no more than about 5'6". That's not healthy, Okay, so this article is from the Daily Mail. It says, seafood shocker. Yeah. Warning, shrimp and lobster contain dangerous levels of cancer-causing forever chemicals. Now, we've been, it's been a lot of articles been coming out with this forever chemical shit in it. I done a lesson the other day, Band-Aids. You get a little scratch, a little cut on your hand or arm. They say you put the damn Band-Aid. And matter of fact, it was the colored Band-Aids. Remember they came out with these colors to adjust, to do diversity, because black people needed one that looked like their skin. And them shits got forever chemicals in it. They saying basically you put the Band-Aid on, the forever chemicals can seep into your bloodstream, and this shit is there until you die. You can live 80 years, it's still there, right? So the forever chemicals is in a lot of stuff they've been coming out with as of late. It's in the water. It's in all the foods. I mean, you can't get around it. And really, it's overall because it's Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is in power. It says the earth is given it, Job 9:24 says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof, if not wherein, who is he? See, you're dealing with a greedy, just a stupid people, man. The Lord didn't create them, to rule with wisdom like that. Everything that they do it's totally against the scriptures, man. He's not going to protect the world in no type of way. He's one of the only race of people on the planet that just don't give a fuck about nothing. If it's got to do with money, he's all in. He doesn't care if it hurts him or his family or you, for that matter. But it says, as types of foods most at risk are revealed, right? So it says, those who like to indulge in sushi buffets, I never liked no shit like that, even before I came into truth. Or treat themselves to a lobster dinner, never liked nothing like that before I came into this truth. I don't think I've ever tried lobster before, ever in my life. It's just it just don't look right, They could be at higher risk of exposure to toxic forever chemicals. So you go on to Red Lobster, you're thinking that you're going out and you're treating yourself to this delicacy. You at these places, you taking selfies and pictures of your fucking meal, and it's a death plate, man. You got death on your plate. It says, while the chemicals are more commonly linked to factories, plastic, and even tap water, see, A new study has warned seafood is also a major source of cancer-causing toxins. Why are they talking about more people and more young people having cancer now? The cancer rate is through the roof right now, man. That shit should be a damn pandemic, but they're not talking about it like that. Dartmouth College researchers tested several types of seafoods bought from various sites in New Hampshire for 26 types of PFAS. Sampling showed that bottom feeders like shrimp, lobster contain the highest levels. Why? Because they are down there basically to clean up the ocean. Why do you think they call them bottom feeders? What do you think is on the bottom? If all the other animals, that's in the waters are, urinating, they're taking, their number twos, they're defecating, all that shit ends up on the bottom. What do you think all the dead fish end up at? They end up on the bottom. So those shrimp and lobster, they're called bottom feeders because they eat everything. It's no more than like a pig, man, or a hog. They eat everything. They eat trash. They used to actually use hogs, and that's why you're not supposed to eat pork. They use them to basically keep shit clean. They have a job that they do. And you're not to eat that shit, man. Or to mess you up. Okay, so it goes on to say, and they have a list right here. They test toxic PFAS chemicals in tap water in 31 states and DC. Damn. And of course, North Carolina is the highest. They got a whole list. It's a graph here. Yeah, they even got us near in that hookup. Michigan. I'm near Ann Arbor, Michigan. Anyway, you can see the list, and the lowest is, what is that? I can't barely see it. It's kind of small lettering. But anyway, you can see the graph, man. But hey, even the stuff that's lawful for us to eat, man, we gotta, we taking chances with. But damn, you gonna eat the stuff that's unlawful to eat? Because the scriptures talks about how we would eat our bread defiled amongst the Gentiles. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. See, we don't have a choice, really, but you do have a choice as to whether or not you're going to go and get some shrimp, crab, or lobster. They even talking about the fish. You used to be able to go fishing, man, and that was good eating. Shit, fish with fins and scales, that was good eatings, man. Shit, I used to eat, man, when I was growing up, man. I could eat fish every day. I loved fish. Straight up, man. Ezekiel 4:13, and Yahweh said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread amongst the Gentiles, whether I would drive them. See? And wherever we are, wherever we're scattered to, because we don't have no control over no rivers, no waters, no what's going into the food, the feed that's being fed to our animal, or the animals that they have, because we don't even have no animals. We don't know where the beef is really coming from. We don't know if the beef or the animal died of itself. We don't know if the animal was sick when it died or when they butchered it. They talking about this bird flu and all different viruses and shit now, and we don't know how the chickens were treated, what they fed. They see they plumping them up. That's why I try and broil, or I try and broil a lot of food that I eat. As far as meats, you know what I'm saying, or I'll boil it first, sift it, and then you know what I'm saying, then just kind of do what I'm gonna do with it afterwards, so you can get some of that shit out of there, man. The blood, the shit they injecting this shit with, because I see, like, when I put it in a pot and I boil it, and I can see all I can see all kinds of shit just bubbling and floating up to the top of the pot. I'm scooping it out with a spoon, because there's a lot of it is blood and fat, but it's other shit in it. I boil ground chunk, I boil chicken, I don't give a fuck what it is. People be looking like, oh, well, you boil, because a lot of people will take a pack of ground chunk, throw it in a saucepan, and they making spaghetti or chili or tacos. I gotta boil that shit first, and you'll see all that blood and fat and whatever else is in there. You'll see it bubble up to the top of the pot. You scoop it out with a big ass spoon, put it in a bowl or something like that. Just scoop all, because as it boils, you're gonna see more shit coming out. And then I take it, I put it underneath the kitchen sink with this in a sifter, turn the hot water on, and I rinse the shit out of it best I can. If you got to do it a secondary time, you do it a secondary time. And then from there, you season it up. If you want to add a little more oil to it, there you could put a cap of olive oil or a cap of vegetable oil or something in it to kind of give it that, your for lack of better terms, your grease substance back, You do want to have, have a little bit of oil, so to speak. But anyway, that's what I do when it comes to meats. But when it comes to this fish and stuff like that, I broil. I'm into broiling. I never used to be that way. I used to like a lot of if I was eating fish, of course I wanted it fried. I didn't mind it, you know what I'm saying, being broiled or anything like that. But most of the meats now I broil it because you can clearly see everything is dripping off. All that shit dripping out of it, the fats, the blood, and whatever else that may be in it is dripping. It drips out, when you broil it, because it's being cooked from the top, so to speak. So a good way to cook meats is broiling it, man. If you're gonna eat some beans, it's better to get the dry good beans. You know what I'm saying? Let them soak for it. You don't even really have to let them soak. Just rinse them down, clean them. Rinse them. You can put them right over into a pot and kind of get them going. You know what I'm saying? But those are better beans as opposed to the ones that's in cans. Not to say that you can't have the canned ones, but you want to rinse that brine or that water that's in those cans. You want to rinse that shit off because it's filled with sodium. Of course, whatever this guy's got going on is fucking forever chemicals. So we're in the last days, man. We almost out of here. We just gotta last it on out and withstand it. And we make the kingdom, man. We'll know what it's like to eat real food again, man. But man, for right now, we just have to pray over the foods, make the best choices that we can. But shit like this here, you shouldn't be eating no shrimp, crab, lobster, and all this shit from out of all them bottom feeder animals, man. Them things, man, come on, bro. That was before all this forever chemical shit. You weren't supposed to eat stuff like that, man. Okay, so it says, this shit is retarded, bro. It says, our recommendation isn't to not eat seafood. Seafood is a great source of lean protein and omega fatty acids, she said. But it also is a potentially underestimated source of PFAS exposure in humans. Understanding this risk benefits trade-offs for seafood consumption is important for people making decisions about diet, especially for vulnerable populations such as pregnant women and children. PFAS are microscopic substances that take thousands of years to break down in the environment and human body, earning them the name forever chemicals, man. This is Esau. This is the so-called white man. This is who you're dealing with. Who you think created the forever chemical? I mean, the elements were already here, because the Lord created all things, but the Lord created everything to do a job perfectly. He created everything to do what it's supposed to do perfectly, man. It says they're found in textiles, firefighting foam, non-stick cookware, see, even the pots and pans that you cook out of, clothing, food, packaging, and seep into water supplies, soil, and air. Because PFAS are nearly everywhere in the environment, the researcher said it was difficult to know where in the marine food chain the chemicals enter the fish. Man, this dude gotta go, man. Because, there's all kinds of oil spills. There's all that shit floats throughout the world. They fucking testing nuclear weapons in the waters and stuff like that, man. Esau, this man doing all kinds of shit. He's testing that shit in the air. Whatever he's spraying in the air, as far as these jets and shit, that shit gotta land and hit the ground. And normally they do it just before it rains. I can pretty much tell when it's gonna rain because I can look up in the sky and I can see all those streaks from those damn jets. It's automatic that the next day it's gonna rain. All that shit, you can barely, you thinking that you're living healthier by planting your garden in the backyard, but the soil is fucked up. That shit is being sucked up by the roots into your plants and vegetables, man. Crazy, bro. It says there is no level of safe exposure to chemicals, and growing body of research linked them to hundreds of cancers, infertility issues, fetal abnormalities. So you got all these kids out here being born all kinds of fucked up, and a host of other health conditions, including autism. I just said that. I ain't even know there's see? These kids out here curled all up in a wheelchair, slobbing at the mouth. You gotta take care of them until they, all their life, basically. They're never gonna get up and be a productive citizen because they're somebody that has to be taken care of. Right? It says, for the study, researchers tested samples of cod, haddock, lobster, salmon, scallop, shrimp, and tuna. And see, salmon and tuna, those are lawful fish. I think cod may be too. But again, hey, use the tools of your handheld device, man. That smartphone, Google. If it, and matter of fact, let's just get to. I'm gonna end out here soon here because I don't want to keep it long. I'm just doing a before camp lesson. But let's get the actual law on the diet, man. The dietary law on that. The Lord told us clearly what we can eat out of the waters, and it's real simple. Leviticus 11:9. This is the law. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever hath fins and scales in the water, in the seas and in the rivers, them shall ye eat. It's simple. If they don't have fins, you can't eat it. If they don't have scales, you can't eat it. That's like catfish. Catfish got fins, but it doesn't have scales. And our people are notorious. That's a luxury to niggas, man. I never liked catfish. Catfish is disgusting. And for some reason, this was well before I came into the truth. I just never liked it. That's a nasty tasting fish. And now when you really think about it, it's all dark on the inside and shit. That's all shit and everything it's done ever ate before it hit your plate. Right? A bottom feeder. It tastes like trash because it eats trash. And so I grew up in the South, you know what I'm saying, man? Motherfuckers eating everything in the South, man. I couldn't understand it, because I left the city, went down there, and I was down there for, a nice amount of time, enough to go to school and, junior high, little shit like that. But, just seeing the people just in the country and just motherfuckers eating roadkill, eating fucking squirrel, raccoons, motherfuckers was cutting up turtles, cutting up snakes, putting that shit all over into a pot of rice, just anything that was moving. Possums, alligator, anything that was out of them damn, I just never got it. I never was into stuff like that. Now I did eat damn pork chops. I did like them damn pork chops, and I like that bacon. All that pig ears, pig feet, all that silly shit, I never was into nothing like that. But anyway, verse 10 it says, and all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you. So you're not supposed to be eating no damn snails, no mussels, no clams, no crab, no crawfish, no none of that shit. If it's not a fish swimming with fins and scales on it, you're to not deal with that shit, man. It's supposed to be an abomination to you, man. Verse 12, it says, whatsoever have no fins, no scales in the waters, that shall be an abomination to you. It should be disgusting to you. And it's simple. I mean, it's a really, really simple law. Then it's repeated in Deuteronomy 14:9 and verses 14 and 10. These ye shall eat of all that are in the waters, all that have fins and scales shall ye eat. And whatsoever have not fins and scales ye may not eat. It is unclean to you. Simple, straight cut, straight to the point. So our people that's out here, they sitting down and they, it's just slurping shit, slurping clams and I'm talking about, and our women be sitting there with them long, stupid, it makes it look even nastier with them nasty ass nails they be having on. Them long ass nails, they picking up shit, cracking in and biting in a lop, and just nasty, man. That shit is not, we're not supposed to be, that's real animalistic type of behavior. I gotta really just be honest about it. That's that brute beast type of behavior. Because without these laws, statutes, and commandments, we're just brute beasts. These laws, statutes, and commandments is what separated us from the other nations, and that made us, appear to be a wise people, or made us a wise people, and they could see it on us. When you think King Solomon was sitting around and he was writing and telling people all the wisdom that he had, that wisdom was lifelike. It was something to live off of. It was something to better your situation, to better your life. Here you go, you in Esau, Edom's kingdom, the so-called white man, he's going against everything the Lord said. And you can tell he's the serpent, because what did he tell Eve? Oh, surely you won't die. The Lord said, he hit her off. And mainly, it's our women that's really a lot of the times into this shit. Because Jake really only going to a Red Lobster to impress a woman. He's not really going to no Red Lobster. Jake would just prefer to have a nice fish sandwich or some shit, Jake could bust down some fish. All Jake wants some hot sauce with that shit, man. Some tartar sauce or something. But he'll take the woman to these restaurants because he know that the women are impressed with these particular types of meals. You see, and it's produced or pushed on the people or population through the women. That's why you'll see like Valentine's Day, shit like that come around. What's the most packed restaurants? Somewhere that's selling some fucking shrimp, crab, or lobster. Or red lobster, man. And they're the ones that's in the household that's pretty much, if they are cooking, they're the ones that's doing the cooking. You know? Because my family, man, you know, I done told them plenty of times, like, hey, you're not supposed to eat that. But what did they tell? Oh, I gotta have my pig feet. I gotta have my chitlin shit. What you talking about? I grew, you know, especially my older uncles and I've been eating this all my life and ain't nothing happened to me. But you sickly, nigga. What you mean ain't nothing ever happened to you? You can barely walk. You can barely move. You can barely get around. No? So I just wanted to touch on this real quick, man. It was a quick little lesson before camp. Getting ready to pull out in a little bit here. But yeah, hey man, stay away from, you gotta pray over this stuff anyway, but stay away from all this shit, man. If it don't have fins or scales, and try and get you some wild caught stuff, man. All this farm caught shit, all this, you know, because it's, you know, it's not good for you. Esau, man, this man done tainted everything. The whole earth is in mourning because of this man. So with that, I pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwame Yashala.